Fresnel's biprism. It consists of two prisms of very small refracting angle joined base to base. In practice, a thin glass plate is taken and one of its face is polished till a prism is formed with an obtuse angle of 179 degree and two side angles of 30 minutes. The biprism produces two virtual sources. These two virtual sources are produced by refraction and are coherent sources. This is the experimental arrangement. Biprism is mounted on an optical bench. Optical bench consists of two horizontal long rods parallel to each other. The rods carrying uprights on which optical components are placed. The slit X acts as a narrow linear monochromatic light source. The biprism is placed in such a way that its refracting edge is parallel to the slit. The top portion of the cylindrical wavefront is refracted downwards and appears to have originated from the virtual source S1. The lower portion of the wavefront is refracted upwards and appears to have originated from the virtual source S2. The waves from S1 and S2 interfere each other because they act as, here S1 and S2 act as the virtual coherent sources. Therefore, the waves from S1 and S2 interfere each other on the screen, which can be measured using the micrometer eyepiece. The central fringe of maximum intensity, central bright fringe of maximum intensity occurs at the center O of the screen. On both sides of O, alternate dark and bright fringes are seen, just like the Young's double slit experiment. The width of the dark or bright fringe is given by beta is equal to lambda d by d, where d is equal to a plus b. That means here a is the distance between the biprism and the slit, and b is the distance between the screen and the biprism. But you know that capital D is the distance between the screen and the source. Therefore, that is equal to a plus b. From the equation of beta, the wavelength of the monochromatic light lambda is equal to beta d by t. Our aim is to find the bandwidth beta. By looking through the eyepiece, the vertical crosswire is made to coincide with the center of one of the bright fringe. The position of the crosswire is measured as x0. The micrometer screw of the eyepiece is moved slowly, and the number of bright fringes that pass across the crosswire is measured as n. The position of the crosswire is again known as xn. Therefore, the fringe width beta is equal to xn minus x0 divided by n. Now, our aim is to calculate the value of d, small d. For this, a convex lens of short focal length is placed between the slit and the eyepiece without disturbing their positions. The lens is moved back and forth near the biprism till a sharp pair of images of the slits are obtained. These are the images. The distance between the image is measured as d1. If u is the distance of the slit from the lens and v the distance of the eyepiece from the lens, then the magnification v by u is equal to d1 by d. The lens is moved towards the eyepiece, where again a pair of images is seen. Here the distance between the images is again measured as d2. Therefore, the magnification is given by u by v is equal to d2 by d. In the second case, v represents the object distance and u represents the image distance. Therefore, here the equation becomes u by p. Multiplying these two equations, we get d1 d2 divided by d square is equal to 1, from which d is equal to square root of d1 d2. Using the values of beta, small d and capital D in equation 2, that is lambda is equal to beta d by d, the wavelength of light can be calculated.